a good, happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Thank you for joining Thoughts Count Anywhere. It is Wednesday evening, 7 p.m.-ish Pacific time. We are back on the air. This is our go-home edition for Money in the Bank pay-per-view this weekend, and joining me here at the dais, you are not looking at an apparition in the middle. Mr. Scott Hosey does join us back here in studio. Scott, how are you?
Great, and great to be back in studio.
Nice to see you and touch you and know that you're alive and well, not just a vision on the camera. Also around the dais table, Mr. Matt Mullen. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Aaron?
Doing very well. Very excited for this week's episode. And, of course, our bell ringer, the guy who needs instructions on how to ring a stupid bell, Mr. Jason Piper. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
Wait a minute.
What's that?
What was that?
Where is my introduction? I waited and waited and waited, and I'm not going to wait anymore.
Okay.
I am here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show without any further ado, and you'll excuse me for delaying things. Ms. Vickie Guerrero joins us here in Thoughts Count Anywhere. Good evening, Vickie. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We are doing very well. I have goosebumps making that introduction saying Vickie Guerrero's on Thoughts Count Anywhere. How cool is that, guys?
This is awesome.
So you're down in Texas right now, right?
I am, yes, in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. It can't be much cooler than it is here in Vegas, right?
It's like 92 today, so it's summertime, and we're in the pool already. Yeah.
Oh, in the pool. I wish we could say that.
Yeah, with 120% humidity. How's
right,
that?
Exactly. Hey, before we move forward, I want to draw everybody's attention. There are two phone numbers on the bottom of the screen. One is a toll-free, long-distance international line that you can dial at 855-502-4321 to call with your questions. You can call locally at 702-329-6947. Matt, why don't you talk about the Twitter feed we have up live now as well?
Right now at our Twitter at ThoughtCount, we have a live hashtag. If you use the hashtag ThoughtsCountanywhere, it'll come up live on our broadcast.
That's cool. So we're going to get real live action on what's going on. Vickie, there's people piling into the chat room already. And one of the first hellos you have is from my wife, Eileen. She actually, for the first time in like 5 years, is watching one of my shows. So that tells you how special it is.
So, Netflix not on or something?
No, Netflix. No, there's no more Lifetime killing movies on or something. All right, guys, why don't you take it away? Let's start firing away some stuff here. Why don't we go to the fans' questions first?
Well, the fan question, one of them was the Bubbly Bunch. How did that come about, and how did you enjoy doing that? That's just a great take on an old sitcom.
Yeah, you know, when I was invited about 2 weeks ago to do this production of the Bubbly Bunch, and these guys are so much fun, and it was really hard because everybody's at home, so I didn't know how the final product was going to be. But to be able to, put in my own touch, to me getting hit and laughing about it, I love Chris Jericho and his creativity. So it was a great project, and it was just a lot of fun to be part of it.
Are we going to see you anytime soon with AEW in the future doing some cameos or maybe some managing of some particular
Wow, people? You go right for it, don't you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Right to the punch. Yeah, I would love to. I've always watched AEW, and I love the product. So if it's in the cards, I would love to. If I get the phone call, I would just really be honored to work with them. It's a great bunch of people over there and so talented. And, it was on tonight, so it's a good night on Wednesdays.
Well, I thought it was a good night because we're on the air. But anyway, I have some comments and hellos for you in the chat room. Kelby Klein says, we said excuse me to Vickie. Kelby Klein. Thomas Burnett here in Vegas, a good fan of our shows, just yells Vickie. Tiffany Gano, who's also here in one of the local wrestling promotions, and her husband, she's just saying Vickie with a couple of hearts. And let's see, Philip Campbell, great to see Vickie. And Kelby once again says his bird Bart says hello.
Oh, hello, Bart.
So I don't know if didn't know if you were very close to the birds. I don't know.
No, you guys don't even put hearts by my name. Come on. At least the fans are showing me love.
We love you. We say it.
Here we go.
Right, here we go. I can never do that. I'm always like spastic.
Yeah.
Mine looks like Batman.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Batman's not a real
No, I know he's not. All right, Matt, take it away, sir.
One of our fans, Garth, asked a question. What was your first thought or reaction when your daughter said she wanted to go in her father's footsteps and wrestle?
I've always encouraged them to do what they wanted. I just had a long talk with her about, the grueling schedule and the training. And And I just told her, once she's in, she has to be totally committed, to being a part of WWE. She loved it, and she's so talented, and I love watching her when she announces or if she's performing with whatever group she's involved with. I just see a lot of Eddie in her, so I just think that she's really talented. I'm always proud of her whenever she's on the stage or in the ring.
Everybody's look, wrestling, Eddie was there, the whole family tradition was there, and when you got involved, I got to imagine that was a little bit of a surprise to you to be asked to take an active role in WWE at the point that you did post Eddie. And what was that transition like? How did they approach you to get involved, and how much strength in yourself did you say, all right, I'll get into it for whatever the reason?
Well, Aaron, that's a good question, because when I was with Eddie before he passed away, it was very easy because Eddie guided me and he directed me, so I felt very comfortable working with him. When they contacted me after he passed away, I just told him, I said, let's just sign for 2 months, because I didn't want to insult WWE. I mean, this company has done a lot for my family, and I always have a special love for them. So I didn't want to insult the roster or the fans or anyone else. So when they said, okay, let's just try it for a little bit, and I got to work with great guys like Chris Benoit and Rey Mysterio and Batista and Chris Jericho, so it was family. So I wasn't really nervous. But when it started evolving into where they gave me more promos, and then they asked me to be a general manager, and then Edge's wife, I was having a great time. And I love audiences. I mean, I've always performed in junior high and high school and college. So performing was nothing that I was scared about. And to be able to have that opportunity, I really wanted to. I love being a heel. They tried me as a baby 2 or 3 times, and even Vince was like, this is not working. You're a Guerrero. And he loved, when I was a heel, and it's a lot more, it's a good time when you're a heel versus a baby, because you can piss the fans off and you don't care, because it's nice to manipulate the audience. So I like to be, if I had a choice, it'd be a heel. It's just who I am. I like, cheat, and steal. I mean, that's just in my blood. So you can't take that away from me.
When you went to heel character, when did you know? Was there a point in your character or appearance that I'm over with the fans, no matter if I'm a heel or a face?
No, I didn't know for a while. To watch Eddie be a heel, I always saw him as entertaining. He was so good at what he did, and I just thought that was entertainment. But when I was getting these reactions from the fans of them booing, and the old ladies throwing me fingers, and popcorn being thrown at me, and there was drinks being thrown at me.
Do not put up the Betty White picture, Aaron. Do not put up the Betty White picture. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was worried, because I just thought, gosh, I guess they do hate me. And I went to Vince many times. I was like, is this working? Is this what you want from my character? And he was so great with me. He was just like, Guerrero, that's money, and he was very happy with the reactions from the crowd. And I think when I got his blessing and he was happy with how I was working with the audience, I just grew more into the character. And then the Cougar came out, and then I got involved with Dolph, and then with Lay Cool, and it was just a fun day at the office. It was never work. It was just a lot of fun each night that I got to go out there.
Before, I'm going to have Jason came up with a question.
Sure.
Believe it or not, the mute is going to talk here in a second. But a few more comments in the chat room for you, Vickie, if you don't mind. Derwin says he's here now. Kelby Klein says neighbors Chuck and Pat say hello. You must know this Kelby person really good, I guess.
No.
Maybe not. Okay. Our neighbor's family is planning on moving out of their house with the family tree farm is up for sale soon. I don't know why maybe she's looking for an investor. Jordan says Vickie was so underrated, great character, and seems like a great woman. And Philip Campbell, Vickie Guerrero definitely made an impact in her time with WWE. I want to go back, and then I'll throw it to Jason here. Jordan's comment, and I shared this with you guys before we went, and I'm going to take 30 seconds to share this. When I met Vickie a year and a half ago at the Vegas Toy Con here, and I had 30 minutes with her, my wife was with me, we were chatting with Vickie about life and how impressed we were about seeing how she was able to create this own identity for herself after the passing of Eddie. The most genuine conversation with a person I'd ever had, and you're right, she is, like you said, down to earth, playing the heel versus real life. Vickie is a great individual. just echoes that by seeing what the fans are saying. All right, let me turn it over to
Thank
Jason.
you.
Jason has a question.
Vickie, I just have a quick question to ask as far as what did it feel like for you to be a part of the evolution with the women of wrestling for WWE?
I think one word just describes it as being honored. You know, I mean, to be part of this movement for the women and have just a little part of contribution for me to be a part of this division that for so long didn't get recognized and didn't get the time and the recognition, you know, for all these women that were talented. You know, and then as things started evolving and they got their justice, you know, to have the right to be in the ring and have that TV time, I'm really honored because it takes everyone, all the women that's ever been in WWE or any other federation, it takes the women as a whole to make this come true.
Absolutely. I want to point out a new feature. If you can keep that spot, go back to that picture again, if you don't mind, Aaron. There's a new feature here on Thoughts Count Anywhere. We now have a crawl going on at the bottom of our screen with news and events regarding the pro wrestling world, which you see it there. It could be news items, could be headlines, could be results of shows, but this is a new feature that we have there. Matt, you're up. Why don't you also remind everybody about the hashtag and our phone numbers, perhaps?
You can use the hashtag on Twitter if you want to get involved in the conversation. It's hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere. And the phone number, if they put it on the screen, 'cause it's brand new.
Oh my God, get with it. It's your show.
Wow, you have just been fired.
Oh my
By Vickie
goodness.
Guerrero.
There it is. It's
It
up
was
on-
an honor to be fired by Vickie.
Here, I'll just take over for you. It's 855-502-4321.
All right, you're hired. You're hired.
Clear the seat. She's
She's
on the
in.
next flight in.
702-329-6947 is the local number. Man, you know what? We ought to have her record something like that and just use her voice giving out the phone number every show.
It's better than your voice.
I know it is. That's why I'm suggesting it. All right, Matt, you're up, sir.
With all that happened with all the firings of WWE, your son-in-law, Aiden English, as he was known, was let go. What do you think the future holds for him outside WWE? I think he was like one of the most underutilized great talent in WWE. I actually think it'll be better for him outside WWE, but
Yeah, you know, my son-in-law Matt is just so talented. When I saw that they moved him to commentary, it just showed that he had another asset that he could bring to the promotion.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when he got released, you know, he was, of course, it's not easy being released from a company, you know, and it's the hardest thing because that's what you love to do. But, you know, when I talk to him, I tell him that there's just so much life other than WWE, and there's so many opportunities and these great other promotions that are going on that, you know, he gets to have the shot to call his own shots. You know, he can ask for the money that he wants. He can ask for, you know, how he wants his accommodations, and he sets his own schedule. And I think that's something that the guys will figure out when they go to other promotions, that it's just a really easy time because you're on your own schedule and no one else's. And WWE does have a strict schedule, and it's really hard. And it took me a long time to slow down and kind of make weekends for me instead of having, you know, every weekend, you know, scheduled with WWE. So I think he's going to do really well. He's so talented. His episode, I interviewed him, is going to be on my podcast tomorrow, which is Excuse Me Podcast, the Vickie Guerrero Show.
What a surprise name there, huh? What a shocker that is.
So he explains a lot of, you know, what he wants to do. And with that, wrestling with whiskey is such a great concept that he has that I think that's going to take off. And I'm really proud of him for what he's done so far. And I think he's going to be great wherever he goes.
I just want to mention your audition of giving out our phone number is being highly touted in the chat room. That even one of our great entertainers here in town, Terry Haley, who's great entertainer and singer, quote, definitely use her recording for the phone number. Tiffany says, thank you, Vickie. You have no idea of the positive impact you have made on her personal life. This is Tiffany Gano here in Las Vegas, part of the Big Valley Wrestling promotion here. Thomas Burnett says, since you fired him, he says, nice knowing you, Matt. So he is supportive of you being fired. So yeah, exactly. Hey, 702-329-6947. Listen, how often do you have an opportunity to call in, talk, and ask a question of Vickie Guerrero? See, I'm Jewish. That rolling of the R's is very difficult for me.
Yeah, it didn't come off very well.
No, I know. 702-329-6947. If you're out of the country 855-502-4321. And yes, we finally got rid of that 666 ending phone number. 855-502-4321. Call now. Talk to Vickie Guerrero. We are putting her pictures up that she was kind enough to share with us. You talk a little bit about your podcast. You do have a Facebook page for the podcast. What is the basis of your show?
You know, my show is it's a lot of fun because I'm the boss. Who would have figured, right? And I get to, my purpose is to highlight whoever I interview to make them shine for that 1 hour. We interview from wrestlers to musicians to comedians to politicians, and I love everything about the entertainment world, you know, so it doesn't matter, you know, what they've done. I love learning about people and the things that they believe in. And it's been great, you know, Aaron, you're a pro at this. And so, I just, you know, it's kind of scary because you want to have the best episode for each person you have on. We've been on since last October and they haven't cut me off yet. So I guess it's going good.
Well, if they cut you off, they better call us because we'll
put you right here.
Right here. We got your seat all ready for you.
Right here for you.
I have a comment from a viewer again, Richie Garcia, who is a fan of all of the podcasts here at Go Live Vegas. He says, "Hi, Aaron and Vickie and crew. You have worked with my son and nephew, Deuces Wild, comedy and piano duo. He met you in St. Cloud, Minnesota at a great one-woman show." I don't know if you remember that, Richie Manderfield Garcia out of Ohio. So he's sending regards as well. So listen, give us a call, folks. I mean, when else are you going to have an opportunity to talk to Vickie Guerrero?
And that name and that family tree goes back generations. I mean,
yeah, that's a great point. Go ahead.
Vickie, I was looking up the family tree, you know, way back, you know, there's been a Guerrero in the WWE, WWF for generations. And just to be part of that, what does that mean to you? I mean, other than the Samoan, you know, dynasty and, you know, maybe the Hearts, I mean, but the Guerreros, there's no break. It's just like bang, 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 bang. And you're constantly there.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because the only one that believed in me from the Guerreros is Chavo Jr. And everyone else had their doubts that I wasn't supposed to be in the wrestling industry. And so that was something that made me really work harder because I had to earn my right to be on the roster and I had to earn my right for the respect and the integrity of the industry. So, you know, with that, I'm very proud and I still never take that for granted. And what the industry has done for me, it just gives me the opportunities after, you know, WWE to keep going and do different projects. And so, you know, I love being a part of the Guerrero legacy. I'm not by blood, but I am by marriage, and I never disrespected it, you know, and I love entertaining the fans. So it is in my blood. Since I dated Eddie, it's been in my blood for a long time.
Absolutely, and you did the dynasty well.
Arena with his car, we would go crazy. We would fire up the crowd on purpose because I did some sideshow stuff for Vince. And when this dear lady would come on with her brother, first of all, we all go, how the heck, with those crazy Guerrero brothers, did this beautiful one show up? And then we figured it out, we know who she is. So, Vickie, so fun to see you alive and well and looking the same as I always remember you.
Oh, rawr.
Richie,
I can't do it like Johnny Bird does it, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Whereas Aaron does it. You know,
No. Being
Listen,
Jewish, I have a list.
To love you and watch you and just enjoy this show tonight. What a treat, Aaron and company.
Thank you, Richie. Before we let you go, tell her what you said about who she reminds you of.
Vickie, when I first looked, I said, you know what? That's Vickie Lawrence. I've watched her a million times on Mama's Family. When she was 17 or 18, I went, oh my God. How can Carol have such a beautiful little sister? That's not possible. I mean, not that she couldn't have a beautiful sister, but now I look at her again and say, yeah, if I put those two in the same room, and they're both stars, of course, it's like, now which one is which? And Vickie would love it to be in the same room with this beautiful Vickie Guerrero. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Richie.
Okay, see you Saturday, Aaron. Buddy.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
That's great.
I'm going to go get my cane right now.
You don't need a cane.
Hey, by the way, I want to remind everybody that this show currently is being multicast on the TCA Twitter page, Instagram, Periscope, of course, we're on Facebook, and our YouTube channel. And, of course, If you just need to listen to the audio, if you're moving around at your house or going from the second floor to the first floor because you know you're not driving anywhere, go to the Go Live Vegas mobile app. Download the app on your Android and Apple product right now and take us with you. And of course, podcasts will be up. Matt will tell you which ones we're not on, so you can then figure out which ones we are on. We're just about on them all, aren't we?
We are on all of them. You can download our show, and then you can download the Vickie Guerrero show right after you listen to us.
Absolutely.
Oh, Matt, good one. Look, you're catching on.
There you go. She just
Got to
rehired-
redeem myself
That's right.
somehow.
You got hired back.
You just got hired back. Hey, are you looking for like maybe another station or two to extend your distribution of your show?
I would, yeah. That's the hardest part is finding, the downloads, how they go by downloads and the plays. Yeah, I'm always looking for help.
Well, I
Please.
think Go Live Vegas would be more than honored to work with you and talk to you about figuring out how to get your show streamed through Go Live Vegas and have it out on another platform, right, guys?
Yeah,
I
it
think-
automatically shows up
Oh
on
my
YouTube
goodness.
and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I'll put
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah. Yeah, call me.
cool? Okay, Aaron will call you. That you'll be talking to the producer, the guy
The
who yelled at
the non-wrestling
the
producer.
non-wrestling guy.
As long as he knows production.
That's right. So again, let's remind everybody of a phone number. Let's get some more callers here for Vickie. Come on now.
855-502-4321. And if you're local here in the Las Vegas or Southern Nevada area, 702-329-6947.
Not as good as Vickie, but okay.
I know.
Vickie, a good friend of mine here in town, Sergio Quintero, who I've known for many years in the sports world. He grew up going to the Olympic Auditorium in LA and saw a young Chavo Sr., Hector, Mando, and their dad, Gory. Loves the Guerrero family and sends his love to you.
Thank you. Oh, that goes way back when. Yeah, it's a lot of years.
Matt, fire away. I know you got one good, one more dot there under our segment interview.
Yeah, I got another question for you. What's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh gosh, I would have to put. I think mine would probably be me, Chavo, and Eddie, and my daughter Shaw. That would be mine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm not surprised that the Guerrero family would be on
Sticks
that.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. That's called stuffing
Yeah.
the ballot box, right?
But
now,
I mean, there's so many. There's so many people you think about just putting like 4 people on a mount. I mean, that's hard. It really is because there's so many legends out there.
absolutely. No question. While we have you, do you guys want to throw some Money in the Bank predictions? See what she says about Money in the Bank. Are you going to be watching Money in the Bank this weekend? A little bit. You can be honest.
I'm gonna probably watch Twitter and stuff.
Okay.
Like see what's going on. Yeah.
Hey, we have
Well,
another.
You know what? Actually, I am going to watch Tamina's match. So
There you go.
With Sasha, yeah. And
We have
Lacey
another
Evans.
caller on the line for you. This is Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for calling. Where are you calling from, Jordan?
I'm actually calling from Pontiac, Michigan.
Pontiac, Michigan, home of what used to be the Silver Dome. All right, you're on the air with Vickie, Jordan.
Hi.
Vickie, first of all, I'm a big fan. Honored to talk to you. Guys, great show so far. I've just recently started watching. Great show.
Thank you so much.
About time.
So my question, you were part of the 2018 Royal Rumble match. And
Yes.
how was that going into that? 'Cause I know that was kind of like one of the first, the first ever women's Royal Rumble. How was that heading into that match, like mindset-wise, going in with the uncertainty of, dealing with that entire, chaos as a wrestling match?
Yeah, it was incredible because we didn't know who was going to be in the Rumble. We were all surprised. We didn't know until Friday night, when we started rehearsals. And to see everyone at 10 o'clock at night and see all these magnificent legends and past and present, superstars on the roster, it was a big slumber party all weekend. I mean, we just had a blast. We laughed. We all worked together. It was an honor. I mean, because that was our history being made, and for us to be able to do that, and for them to include me in something that I'm not a wrestler, I was on cloud 9 the whole weekend, and I really tried to win it.
Past year, after being away for so many
I
years,
know.
but you stepped out during that match. I mean, the goosebumps had to have been going through.
It was incredible. I mean, it just showed how much I missed the ring. I mean, you don't realize how much you miss it until you go back for different appearances and to see the fans and backstage, all the personnel and the chiefs and the bosses. It's just it was a very special weekend.
Well, that's good. Listen, I want to respect your time. thank you so much. We're going to let you, I know it's 2 hours ahead for you, and you have a very early day, and you have an assignment to do once you get off the air for me.
Yes.
But listen, Vickie, from my heart to you, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Thank you.
We look forward to being able to reciprocate. Maybe you
Absolutely.
talk with Scott and come up to Vegas, doing some stuff with the network here. But again, guys,
Thank you very much. It's an honor to have you on the air.
Thank you,
you,
so much, Vickie. We
guys.
really appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Oh.
Thank you.
I wish y'all success and so much love. And you guys are running a great show, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. And I look forward to meeting y'all in person. And Aaron, I will hug you again soon, my friend.
I look forward to. Look, I have goosebumps again just thinking about that. Real quickly, day and time of your podcast. I don't think we talked about that, did we?
No.
No,
What?
Aaron, you didn't.
I'm sorry. See, I'm getting back to it.
You're fired now.
I'm fired.
It's
So much
just,
for the
it's just
hug.
going to be the Scott and Vickie show.
I
from now
guess
on.
so. She's going to take the hug away. What day and time of your podcast?
There's an episode that releases every Thursday of every week. You can find us on Spotify, Google, Podbean, Libsyn, and I would appreciate all the downloads and the followers. And I just hope to one day be as big as you guys, because you guys are doing a great job, and I'm so impressed with everything that I've seen on my screen. And Aaron, you're just such a dear friend. I just thank you so much.
Thank you, Vickie. It warms my heart. Means a lot. We'll talk about maybe cross promoting our shows together off air in another time. All right.
Yeah, and I'll be in Vegas soon, so we can have that dinner, and we'll get
Absolutely.
together again.
You got it. Thank you, Vickie. Appreciate you a lot.
Hey, thank you.
Vickie Guerrero. I
Have
mean,
a good night.
God
listen,
bless and stay safe.
Absolutely. God bless. I mean, I hope everybody enjoyed that as much. Look, guys, and you can see it. I have goosebumps. My hair, and it's not the ghost in the studio, by the way. I have goosebumps standing up from that interview. I thought that was great.
That was awesome.
Just a sweetheart.
Great lady. Great lady. Hey, listen, before we move on with our rest of our show, talking about Money in the Bank and stuff, I think we have a sponsor that's going to pay a couple of pennies of bills. Power Play Sports Collectibles. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. All right, PowerPlaySportsCards.com. Anything special? Any sales? Any promotions going on your website right now? that you can think of?
Absolutely. Actually, I can't say we. My lovely wife uploaded probably 500 new items. She's been working till all hours of the morning and night and everything, and she has put up a lot of specials, and I just shrugged my shoulder. Yeah, go ahead and put that up. Whatever
Exactly.
price you want to. We've got lots of like 6 different wrestling photos that have like Sting, Tully Blanchard, that Tessa Blanchard, you know, and
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah, that one girl who's pretty much paying Impact's bills. Yeah.
Still selling a lot of Karrion Kross.
Yes, and we'll talk.
Look at his shirt.
I get to
Look at
talk
his
about.
shirt.
I get to talk about that in a few minutes, don't I?
Yes.
By the way, Thomas, thank you very much for Thomas really likes the voiceover guy who does the commercials on this channel. I'll send that off to him. He really likes the guy who does the voiceovers.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Thomas, I'll send you the money later. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Exactly.
All right, what's next?
He
up
likes
there?
everybody on this show. Never
He
mind.
does. All right, before we move forward, I think we need to hear a bell. This way, Jason has earned his penny tonight.
Yes.
Take it away for the next topic.
What are you doing?
Whatever you want.
It's your show.
It's your show.
You're the only one left. I've been fired. Well, no, you were fired.
I was
It's
already
his show.
fired
Right.
today.
Yes.
Sunday,
Notice how
Sunday.
Notice how she kind of shied away from.
Yeah,
She's like,
it's unfortunate, but
about
you know,
No, I get it, but
she'll
absolutely.
be back. There's not a doubt in my mind she'll
Hey,
be back.
hashtag. This is a great spot for talking about Money in the Bank. Hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere on Twitter. Share us your predictions for Money in the Bank through the Twitter hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere now. So they appear on the screen. You will send in. Wait, how can I do this? Right? No, over here. This way. There it is. It's right over here.
Dyslexic.
I am. Anyway, you immediately send that in via the hashtag. Your responses will show up. Yeah, it's right. I don't know. I can never do this backwards mirror thing. Your responses will show up right there on the screen for everybody to see. So get on your Twitter. Hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere.
The men's Money in the Bank ladder match will have Daniel Bryan versus Aleister Black versus King Corbin versus Rey Mysterio versus Otis and the returning AJ Styles.
Did I read somewhere that both ladder MIT matches are happening at the same
Same
time?
time,
How
yeah.
is
Yeah,
that
they're
hap-
simultaneously going to be happening.
How are they doing that? I mean,
Well,
obviously,
it's already taped.
Well, I
they taped
know
it
that.
like weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. But why would they show both at the same time? Is it just for time on the show?
Money in the
you think?
Bank's going to turn into like a 90-minute movie.
I guess so. Okay, I'm sorry, I digress. But go ahead.
Who do you guys have for the men's Money in the Bank?
Aleister Black.
Well, Styles was just thrown in there to replace somebody, and I don't remember who it was.
Apollo Crews.
Oh, Apollo Crews, because there's a rumor about him as well coming up for Raw. I don't know if it's in here or not, but are you guys aware of his rumor coming up on Raw?
No.
I didn't see that.
They're going to be they're talking about flipping him to a heel coming up soon. So,
Oh, okay.
Anybody care?
Nope.
I'm actually glad he's getting some time because the guy is athletic as all get out. But, yeah, I think Aleister, looking at the list, I mean, my heart tells me I'd love to see Bryan win it again and keep moving, but I think Aleister Black's got the inside track. Or Otis. Aleister or Otis. Those would be the two guys I'd be looking at.
Watching Otis try to climb up the Money in the Bank is going to be kind of funny.
That is very true.
I was going to go with Aleister Black until AJ Styles got into the match. Now I think it's like a runaway match for AJ.
Colorado Man Fan, he chimes in on Twitter, which you can see there at the bottom. He is predicting AJ. Women's will be Asuka. Braun, Strowman, and Drew will retain as well. Thank you for he's the first one other than us sending our own tweets in. So thank you, Colorado Man. Appreciate it. Good job.
That's Ryan Smith.
Oh, that's Ryan? That's okay. That's right. Thank
Ryan's
you, Ryan.
He's
a big
long
fan
time,
of the show.
long-time listener.
Absolutely. Long-time listener, first-time
Viewer?
caller. Bueller. Did you say Bueller? Did you say Bueller? I thought you did. All right. So next, what's up next? What's the next match?
The women's Money in the Bank ladder match will feature Asuka versus Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke versus Carmella versus Lacey Evans.
Baszler gets her revenge.
I say Baszler wins and cashes in Monday.
Monday?
Underdog story. I'd love to see Dana Brooke finally get just a shot at something because I agree. I think Baszler's the money. So I agree.
Money in the Bank.
Yep. Money, money, money. Not Carmella.
I do have to agree with Ryan, though, the Drew and Strowman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Strowman's retaining his title.
You think Wyatt's going to beat him?
Yep.
Wow. Jason, how about you?
I don't agree. I agree. Braun's going to keep it for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Because otherwise, I mean, after all the hoopla that went down over WrestleMania, replacing Reigns and everything, we'll make it a joke of a spot if he doesn't hold it for a little length of time, I think.
Right.
So that's not a bad point. Okay. So you're the only one that believes Strowman's going to lose the belt.
That's
No,
me.
that's Matt.
Oh, that was you.
Are you,
You
still
guys-
thinking Vickie Guerrero?
I am.
Okay.
I love Vickie.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Zach, well, you guys look so much alike. I'm not used to having you in studio, so, you know.
Wow.
Well, I'm not. Who's been used to, I mean.
You can be replaced. He's over there on the couch.
Ew.
He's on the casting couch. Come on over.
Ew.
That's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast. Excuse me, Vickie, are you hiring? Just come back. Okay, next match we want to talk about. Go for it.
Next, we have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title.
McIntyre.
Yeah,
McIntyre.
McIntyre's got
He's
a
the
hold.
new golden child, the new John Cena moving forward.
What about, though, Buddy Murphy costing Seth?
This is
New Day's going to retain. It's too soon for Forgotten Sons.
Miz and Morrison. Miz has got all the game shows coming up.
Right.
And basically, they need the production.
And Lucha House has not much. Okay. Okay. We just want to update that. Unfortunately, for some reason, Facebook has having a little hiccup with Facebook right now, but we are still up and live on all the other multicast platforms, Go Live, YouTube, etc. So we're still here. For whatever the reason, Facebook sort of collapsed, but we are still live in the chat room. So okay, no worries. Okay.
The most important thing
Yes.
from WWE,
Yes.
right here.
Well, we
Let's
forgot
get-
about Bailey and Tamina, by the way.
whatever.
Never
For
mind.
the
Go
Las
ahead.
Vegas viewers
Yes.
and listeners, the most important thing happened at about 6 o'clock our time. otherwise known as the Smoke Show.
Killer
Kross, or Karrion Kross, made his NXT debut today, or tonight. 30-second smash, in the ring. 2 Saitos and the Killer Crossface. I mean, how does the listeners tweet in there? What did you think of our local hero, our future legend, by the way?
Who nominated him for the Future Legend
right
Award,
here,
by the way?
Future
That's
Legend
right.
of the CAC, or Rising Star, which has been renamed, but Kevin Kross. I saw it when I first started watching here at FSW, Joe DeFalco's organization here, that he was the next big thing, and he is.
Yes,
and him and Scarlett tonight did wonders, and I look forward to a long, long time in WWE. I'm not saying NXT.
Right.
I think main roster is not far behind.
I love
Guys?
your comment from him earlier. He's going to make an impact in WWE.
Yeah, Kevin's very good, or we'll call him Karrion. Karrion's very good at social media, and he was plugging his own self in social media, and I basically said, people will pay the toll, and he's going to make a huge impact, and people are going to be sorry that he's gone.
Yeah. I think he's going to sell a T-shirt or 2 in WWE.
Well, he sold 3. I know where the other 2 are. My daughter and wife tonight. So
Are they at the Hosey household?
yes, they're at the Hosey household with the 2 pounds of terror that we have.
Oh boy. Be careful that 2 pounds of terror doesn't get into the shirts themselves.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, I guess that's it for our WWE report. Bell, please. AEW and Impact. Take it away. All right. Don't all jump at once.
I'll do the Impact report. Tessa's still stuck in Mexico, so no Tessa Blanchard.
All right.
Or
that's
Daga.
it.
Give Daga credit too. They have some great videos and new website coming out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they have the diamondandthedagger.com.
Yes.
They got some really cool merchandise out, and go check it out. She's even making candles now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she's very talented, and obviously she is the future of women's wrestling.
Oh yeah,
And,
definitely.
I can't believe what Impact did, on the last pay-per-view with Tessa not being able to be there, bringing up the old TNA belt, and calling the Ultimate Moose. First of all, Ultimate Moose, I'm sorry. Stop. First of all, the Ultimate Warrior, people like him or hate him, but stop copying those gimmicks.
Right.
I mean, you should have just had Moose come out as Moose if you wanted that, and I mean, it just was very cheesy. But do you expect anything?
Did you
from,
really think they were going to do something
yeah.
original?
Except watch football games while trying to do commentary on live events. Hey, you know me. I call it the way I see it. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank God that you do. That's why we respect you.
I mean,
More or less.
How many times has Matt, Jason, and I been in an Impact taping, and Josh is sitting there trying to do commentary, and he's got Monday night or Sunday night football on, and it's like, dude, are you being paid by ABC, NBC, NFL.com, or is Impact paying your?
So what's crazy is Boss is sitting right next to him.
Exactly. It just
Do you
it
imagine,
just
like,
shows the unprofessionalism that Impact is.
Do you imagine JR or like Jerry Lawler doing that on commentary while Vince is right next to him? I think he'd fire him
Right
on
there.
the air.
For the 15th time, but
Yeah.
rehires him too.
Just been notified that we have a second stream now. Facebook fixed whatever problems they are. We now have another stream going up. So if you had a watch party started, if you were watching, you will have to reshare the video, start a new watch party.
Part two.
Part two. Do it.
I want to give credit to Dino Danelli, who was watching on my feed here with Vickie, and he was giving his commentary also on how Watts had all the Guerreros down there
Yes.
in Texas be heels when obviously in the Texas area they should be obviously fan favorites.
Absolutely. That's good. Listen, I want to thank everybody for chiming in we all had watch parties going on, and the responses were tremendous. Remember the hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere on Twitter. Post your tweet. Make sure you use the hashtag so it'll come in. I just saw one pop up on the screen from our friend Thomas. Here, if I can turn. He's picking AJ Styles and Shayna Baszler to win the Money in the Bank matches. So
Okay, he's half right.
he's halfway.
Thanks, Thomas.
We still love you, Thomas.
Yeah.
It's all right. No worries, buddy. Okay. Bell, please. Something about Matt Hardy. Did he make his ring debut too for AEW?
He's going to be making his debut tonight, teaming up with Kenny Omega.
Wow. Las Vegas on the mind right now?
Apparently. He's
Wow.
another one that should be there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. Bell, please. Let's go into other topics, shall we, guys?
Well, I want to bring up a topic. Did it make the pages? No.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
NWA
Okay,
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
NWA thing.
NWA thing. It was one of the biggest events in NWA history. Obviously, for people who watch the Dark Side of Wrestling, the Von Erich commentary or documentary, after David passed away, they did the stadium show. Basically, Flair dropped the belt to Kerry Von Erich. Earlier, they had the Von Erichs beat the Freebirds, and I think it was a no disqualification type match also. But that was a great night for wrestling for the NWA and also the Von Erich family right there in Dallas, Texas. And Kerry, you know, people love David, but Kerry was the future for the Von Erichs. He had the look, the physique, the personality, and the athleticism.
702-329-6947 within the United States. Give us a call, 702-329-6947. Out of the country, 855-502-4321. Now I know why our...
Noticed that.
I know. Well, he tried to make it easy for me. He was trying to make up for the 666 number by giving me something easy.
Did the ghost go away at least?
Yeah.
Did I tell you what happened here last week in the studio?
No.
About the boom?
Oh, like it moved by itself?
Did I tell you that? Were you? Oh, you weren't in studio last
No.
week. So we're getting ready to do Our House, Our Voice at 10 o'clock, which,
Okay.
by the way, on the 16th, you're supposed to be guest hosting with me that day.
I am.
Yeah, it's on your schedule. Don't do that to me. So Aaron and I are
Surprise.
sitting. I'm sitting where I am right now. Aaron E. was sitting at his desk. He is now. And as I'm looking that way, like into my camera, I noticed, like, you know when a bug or something goes by you in your peripheral and you just see it? So I saw this, like, black bug, I thought it was. And I looked, and then Aaron is looking up, and we're both looking. The boom arm, which is how long would you say? 8 feet long, 10 feet long? Right? Like
about 8
okay.
feet.
Okay. Think about a street light bouncing up and down in winds. That was going for about 6 minutes up and down. Neither one of us touched it, and it was going up and down. It was not like a slight, like an air thing was moving. This sucker was bouncing up and down for like 6 minutes, right as I saw that black thing buzz by my peripheral. So to
Just so
answer your
you know,
question, I don't think so.
Why am I back in studio?
Just so you know, if that thing starts moving, it's a 3-man show. I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron and I have gotten used to it. We actually have a third Aaron, so maybe between the 3 Aarons, we'll just ward off all the crazy ghosts in here. So
With the size of the other Aaron over there, my money's on him.
I'm telling, absolutely. We have a guest in studio who's kind of watching what we're doing here. He was in studio with me on Saturday. Sports guy. He wants to do a sports show. He's done some work down in.
He's got a real superhero shirt.
I know he does. He does have a superhero, Superman. It's the
Is that a
wrong.
real superhero?
Yeah,
show?
real
It's,
superhero.
I was going to say it's the wrong one, so hush yourselves there, boys. Anyway, so Aaron Turner is the man sitting here with us. He wants to do a show, and he's been sitting here with us here at Go Live, just kind of see how things happen.
Came to see the expert.
And believe it or not, he's not impressed with any of you guys on this show. So, anyway,
2 of you got fired.
and he came back. Damn.
We'll talk afterwards.
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So, and here's the funny thing: I haven't fired Jason yet. How is that possible? Is he actually doing that good
If
a
he's
job
not on the payroll, how can you fire him?
Well, but it's the bell. Anyway, okay.
I can take this with me.
Yeah. Technically, he
That's
can.
true. That's true.
Technically, it is.
Well, I got 2 words for you, and they're not happy birthday. Anyway, so go ahead. Talk about did we talk about the NWA thing?
Yes,
I know
we
you
did.
started. I heard Von Erich name. That's what all I heard, and then I zoned out on you. So,
And you're supposed to be like the main host of this show.
well, fooled you. Hey, we have a new website, don't we?
Yes.
Talk about our new website, somebody.
www.thoughtscountanywhere.com.
And we have some emails that are being set up, aren't there?
Absolutely. But if you want to get a hold of us right away, it's info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have individuals, but we'll put them on the website.
Yes.
Because we're all tied to info at anyway. So we're all there. Okay.
And if you have a small business and you want to advertise with us, we have really good deals right now, and
Yep.
you can reach us at info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
That's right.
Especially local businesses that are
Oh,
doing
yes.
curbside or food places, a restaurant that are doing delivery. If you want to get in on that and let your customer base know.
Absolutely.
We're getting 22 to 50,000 views a week, depending on the show, if I'm
That's
on
right.
or not, and we'll go from there. Did you miss me?
Oh, I have something I want to say right now, but I'll just let it go. But anyway,
Absolutely.
I'll just
We're not
let it
sponsored
go.
by we're not FCC regulated.
No.
Go
That's not where I was going. But anyway,
Did you see the name on the screen here?
I do.
Play
That's why I
sports
didn't say.
collectibles?
That's why I didn't
Okay.
say anything.
You got a hat. I mean, you're advertising.
Mine's even signed.
Yes.
Mine's autographed.
Yes.
Between your autograph and my sweat, this thing is worth about $1.50. Anyway,
Not
where
right
was it?
now with coronavirus.
No, that's very true. Hey, I like this question. Favorite Money in the Bank cash in? That's a great question. So we each get to pick one.
One.
I was live at Wrestle. Me and Jason were both live at
Exactly.
WrestleMania 31, and watching Seth cash in.
love
My
that
friend
boy.
Renee was sitting in front of me, and we both like Seth Rollins is like our favorite wrestler. I was like, how cool would it be if he cashed in during the main event? He was like, that'll never happen. And his music hit 3 seconds later, and we both lost it.
Right on. If you want to share your thoughts on your favorite Money in the Bank cash, you know the hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere. Scott?
I have to agree. And actually, WWE did a thing the other night, if I wasn't mistaken, but like top 10 cash-ins, and the Seth Rollins one was number 1, and
Was
I
it?
have to agree.
It's not even on like the run sheet, but you notice they like edited out Roman Reigns during that.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused.
Let's talk about that because there's been some articles on the wrestling news sites. The commentators have been directed not to mention his name at all, stemming from WrestleMania. Apparently, Vince, even though publicly he's saying, "Look, we understand the leukemia. You want to protect yourself, etc." But apparently, Vince still has a hard-on for Roman backing out, and so he is now instructed no mentioning of his name. He's been taken off pretty much any type of
trailers and
advertising, the
everything, yeah.
trailers, right? They had his picture on, I think, the Money in the Bank marketing thing at one time. No, that was Charlotte they had on and took her off. But there's no mention of him because there's no timetable for when anybody expects him to return with everything that's going on. He's not going to go into the studios to protect himself. I mean, this is leukemia we're talking about. I don't disagree. We have another Twitter comment. Is that the one that we mentioned before? Or is that a new one that you have? What's that?
one.
Oh, same ones. Okay. So that's what's going on. They're under orders from Vince not to even mention his name, and I think that's totally wrong.
Well, with Vince, you never know. Is it because he wants to bury the fact that, he was in the main event and stepped away to give Braun, who they say is not getting the credit he deserves, to give Braun the credit, and then, you know what? I'm looking at the Money in the Bank here, and we still got a couple shows, including Friday. And I could easily see King Corbin, who's had a feud with Roman Reigns,
Get hurt.
maybe get hurt. That would be awesome.
Get hurt by whom?
There is still one
Maybe-
Uso available.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that for? I'm glad you mentioned it. The Usos. I mean, those guys can't buy a break.
No.
Well, I guess they
Well,
did.
there is an Uso that's floating around that could easily
Yes,
step
there
into that.
is.
Yeah,
Yes, there
easily
is.
step into that character.
Oh,
role.
locally you're talking
Yes,
about. Yes.
and great talent also. But no, I could see something happening this Friday
Yeah.
to spur interest in the Money in the Bank.
Absolutely.
And if it could be Roman, just keep him quiet, and then boom, he takes out King Corbin because the last feud was with Roman Reigns.
Yep, exactly.
Even better, have King Corbin randomly get Saito suplexed backstage.
The only thing though with Corbin though, he's.
In the back.
I mean, listen. When it comes to King Corbin, there's a whole lot of different directions.
Well, they're trying to get Roman the belt, and they've been trying for a long time. How easy could it be is to have him win Money in the Bank?
Right.
But he's already won it in the past, and there was a lot of talk about the more recent Money in the Banks that he was in that people don't want him to win it. Granted, his
I think
position
Roman
now
got
is
really-
different.
It got changed
Yeah.
with the whole leukemia storyline. So or not
Roman got
storyline,
really
but-
close to winning it, but he never did win it.
Yeah, he never did win.
Oh,
Money
that's
in the
true.
He
Bank.
got really close to it, and Bray Wyatt turned the lights off and knocked him
Oh,
off the
that's
ladder.
right. That's right. I forgot about that. I was just watching the Twitter feed. I saw a message come up that somebody by the name of Aaron thinks he's going to win Money in the Bank. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Right there, it just came up on the screen again. Some guy named Aaron Elikas thinks he's
Who's
going
not a
to.
wrestling fan, by the way.
Who's not a wrestling
He's
fan.
a mark.
He is definitely a mark. By the way, I just want to mention that Richie Garcia, who called in earlier, when we were messing around with Facebook and had the trouble, he went over to the YouTube channel. So I think we definitely have a new fan. He's been watching Twin Brothers now for a number of weeks. Has been interacting with us, and I think now we've got our newest fandom is Richie out of Ohio.
Nice.
So that's good.
We're
We're up again because people are using the hashtag, but hang in there. It's just one of those nights, folks. Even I guess social media can get the virus. But anyway.
And I didn't even curse this show.
No, you didn't. How about some birthdays, guys? We want to mention some birthdays there? Go ahead, Matt.
There's quite a few wrestling birthdays this week. Oh, there it is. Brian Knobs.
It's under the section that says birthdays, just to help you out there.
I know, I kind of wrote it.
But obviously you still couldn't find it, but that's okay.
Don't judge me.
I won't.
We have wrestling birthdays this week of Brian Knobs, Colt Cabana, Dakota Kai, which are today. And then tomorrow is Owen Hart, would have been his birthday. Hercules, Kevin Owens, Will Ospreay. Later
Hercules, as in Hercules Hernandez?
Yeah.
I saw him wrestle at my local high school for a fundraiser. Big dude.
Oh, nice. And then later in the week is Tommaso Ciampa, Io Shirai, who wrestled Charlotte.
Right?
Yeah.
Did he have a gray onesie or something?
Yeah. Tito Santana, William Regal, Billy Kidman, and Bobby Roode.
Right on.
Tommaso might not make it to his birthday.
I was just going to say, I was thinking the same thing. Hey, did you guys
Speaking of the Killer Smoke Show, we might have to have a little birthday shout out to Scarlett's birthday is actually on our next show.
Very cool.
Thomas Burnett says he'll be the first to buy a TCA hat and shirt. So we haven't even produced it
right.
yet, and he's going to buy the first one. Yeah, you want to write that down?
Taking orders.
We're taking orders now for TCA.
What size, Thomas?
Give us a size. That's right. We'll give us a size. We'll give you a special deal.
$1,000. It's
one.
a one of one.
One
of one.
We'll all autograph it for you, too.
Absolutely.
Okay. I had a thought that popped into my head, but so much for that because I don't remember what it was. But let's talk about as our last topic going
You
out.
are really having a bad
I don't know
night
why.
after Vickie left. Thank
I
God you
know.
were on your game.
I was on my game with Vickie. The adrenaline went down, and you guys just suck. You don't compare to Vickie. So, anyway, with Florida allowing crowds back up at only 25% capacity, who runs a show with people first, and how long before you would go to an event yourself? Well, I think that second part of that question is being asked about any sporting event.
True. Very true. And I saw a blurb come in when I was at home before I came down to the studio here that AEW paid a hefty fine for trying to run the show.
Oh, wow.
So
For tonight's show?
Yeah. So I don't know
Wow.
the whole details. It was just a quick blurb, and then I had to get in the car because
I thought they were doing their shows in like Atlanta or somewhere in Georgia.
something about Baltimore. Like I said, possibly, like when I go to the grocery store now, I wear a mask.
Yeah.
I know it covers this beautiful face, but what the hell? I'm on my A game tonight.
It's the heat.
gotta
Welcome
get
back,
that
welcome
heat
back,
mask
Scott.
But I'll definitely go to FSW.
Welcome back to
which-
Fantasy Island.
I'll definitely go back to FSW as soon as and I think Joe said he's going to try to run sometime mid-June. For my collectibles people out there, our June show at Sunset Station obviously is now postponed. We will shoot for the July show at the Boulevard, but that's because the casino has no idea when they're opening either.
Yeah.
But as soon as they start, and things look safe and clean, just take precautions. The key thing is they can space 2 seats out or benches. The entrances is where I worry because people try to just get into the arenas as quick as they can. Hey, everyone, be safe. Take a few steps back, and we won't have any problems.
Sure.
Thomas is sharing with us that AEW is returning to Jacksonville tonight, and maybe that's where they had the
Maybe
issue.
I just like I saw
And
something.
he also says that WWE should just run out of Full Sail right now, rather than as they go back to audiences.
That'd be good. Have like every other seat or something like that.
My chiropractor's office does that. On the reserve seats, he has like Captain Picard's face. Don't sit here. He's got to. So, I mean, look. Here's the thing that I just want to throw out there. There is never going to be a 100% perfect solution to this. Never 100%. Whatever the guidelines are, everybody still has will to do it or not. And to answer your question, for me, the first test is going to be a BBW card. I do commentary there. Do I want, depending upon how they have it set up, how will commentary now be set up for doing those shows?
True.
So that'll be my first test to see.
And the other thing is, the locker rooms. They forget that all the guys and gals are in the locker room changing, and they're sitting next to each other, and it's going to be tough. So, like I said, just be safe, be smart about it, and we'll all get through this. And be kind and courteous to people around you. Do the right thing. Wash your hands. I don't know why we have to say that.
Right. Do something we've been taught to do since we were born is to wash your hands, cover your mouth, cover your, when you cough or sneeze, and then this on
At this
absolutely.
point. God bless you.
Absolutely. Well, I can't say much more than that. We want to thank everybody out there for watching. More importantly, we want to definitely say thank you to our special guest tonight, Ms. Vickie Guerrero Thank you for taking the time with us. As always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. We'll see you next week right here. Thoughts Count Anywhere. Have a great week, everybody. Man, they turn the lights out on you around there. You don't pay the bills on time.